Right guys, another tutorial for you, but this one is on random mixing. Now, this particular video is completely random because, first of all, what I was doing is I just put a CD on in here, one on the other side, and the first thing that I want you to do is to do exactly that. Just get two CDs, preferably the same sort of genre for this. Put one in there, and just flick to a track on one CD. And then flick through the other tracks on the other CD and just see what sounds right, what you think sounds right with the one that's playing. And then we go even more random. We just find a cue point and we have a mess around. Now, a lot of people seem to think that you have to mix the second track in with the end of the first track, and then you play the second track, and you wait till the end of the second track, and then you mix the beginning of the third track in with the second track. In other words, you just do the route. Forget it. Be random and experiment. So what I'll do here is I'll cover the top of the readouts, so I can't see anything. So all I can hear is. You see, I like that, and I also like this. A very sort of medium style electronic sound here, but also it's got that 80s vibe. Sort of new age type sort of vibe. Now, again, first of all, we're delving into hundreds of different realms here, because this guy here does not start on the count of one. Listen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Listen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so it doesn't start on the count of one, so straight away we've got a bit of a hurdle. But if you can actually imagine that, you know, jiggling about in your head, and you try and listen to that sound itself with a beat. Now again, for a lot of people that's very, very difficult, but for some you pick it up straight away. For others, it's sort of, you play it 2 or 3 times, you don't get it, and then maybe 2 or 3 times after that you still don't get it, but maybe you walk away, you make yourself a cup of tea, and you bang your head against a brick wall and go, oh, I know. I'll explain. Start. Listen. Now if I play this on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Listen. Works. Alright, so we've already worked out that those two tracks sound really good together, but also this is like not on the 1, you have to bring it in slightly afterwards. So the whole idea of this particular tutorial is to show you that messing around with 2 tracks and having some sort of randomness about your form of mixing or your style of mixing can take it to the next level. In other words, you know, don't just think, oh, I've got to play this here or there, or I've got to start it here or there. You haven't got to do anything. You don't have to copy someone else. You don't have to be like the top DJ. In fact, here's the irony. It's good to aspire to become like the top DJs to a certain degree. But then again, it's also a very good idea to look at them, watch what they do, but then take into consideration your own style, because your own style could be better. Maybe it's not as good, but if you incorporate your own style into how you want to be up here, you want to be like them, but take your style with you. Don't take their style and forget yours, because you will lose your identity. You need to keep it. Right, so here we go. Listen. Just mess around. If I had some sound effects now. imagine this. Excuse me, I had a track playing here. I let this one play, I don't know, beginning, middle, end, doesn't matter, 1 bar, 2 bars. You know, where you bring the next track in is entirely up to you. Do not follow anyone else. Yeah, you've got to follow certain things like bars, time and key, etc. But, so I'm playing this one, I mix this one in. Now, we've got a beautiful sound there. Who's to say I might just mess around with that particular sound all the way through that track? What's stopping me? So I only use that part of that particular track through that track, but what I have to consider is this track is going to finish sometime, so we always have to get the next one ready. So this is at the beginning of this track here. Now let's move it on a bit. Typical, isn't it? So I went to track 3. Duh. Right. Now what I'm doing now, straight away, I'm thinking, now bearing in mind no headphones, I'm thinking this one starts, you know, maybe I just want to bring you in that, listen.
In 4, come on, break it to me. The floor, you won't feel it. I'm a shock, sober. I'll be a shock, sober. You'll be alright.
Madness all over the place. But again, bearing in mind, I'm by myself. No one else is around, so you know what? I can do exactly what I want and get away with it. Which is, of course, practicing, enjoying, having some fun, and messing around. So, what have we learnt from this one here? Here's a box. Imagine that is a cube. There you go. Most people have to concentrate inside the cube continually because that's where 90% of the DJs are. They're inside this box because they want to be like 90% of the DJs. But you know what? Possibly, in fact quite probably, the 10% who are making it out there in the world are the ones who aren't inside here. They're the ones outside the box, because guess what? That's very small. Around here is rather large. You be like that. Practice and enjoy. There you go.